They grow up being told that they're supposed to be princesses, yet like every fucking reason they ignore the fact that to be a princess you have to have like dignity and grace and class and all that shit. It's like, no, I'm just gonna be a psycho cunt and
you're an animal.
You're an animal. All right, and we're rolling.
Fuck off. That's a great way to start. Got the whole thing.
And we're good.
Who do you think that was?
You clap? That might be Shep. He probably sees your truck. He slowed down. It sounded like somebody slowed down.
My Toyota Corolla pick-em-up truck.
My Toyota Corolla.
Fucking taking coffee bong hits, dude.
Is that what you were doing? Oh, yeah. That was like going to be the bit.
I fucking ruined it.
This was my
spill coffee all on my face.
Dude, it's going to be hilarious when I dump all this coffee into my lap. Have you ever used one of these?
No.
This is literally the first time.
I've seen them in like Spencer's and shit, but I've never.
Yeah, I've never used one of these before. I'm firmly convinced this is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna help me.
You should take a few sips before you fucking. Oh yeah. Premium roast and toast. That is fucking gay. Fucking lit.
Fucking all right. All right, so
welcome to the BLACKTOOth.
So I have only one topic of business, and it was just it was something that ruined my childhood.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
Yeah, like it was
deep.
I mean, like not like it wasn't like mind bending or like anything, but like, all right, maybe I could paint the picture for you. You're young, and you're like maybe like 12, 13, you have this like delusion about like being an adult, like specifically like an adult male.
Like, yeah, I can eat ice cream for breakfast.
I mean, maybe if that's where you. I was thinking kid. More like Hugh Hefner, but like
I had no idea about pussy. I just wanted unlimited cheesy gordita crunches and Pod Blast. I could eat Taco Bell every day. All of it went to food.
I was like,
fucking
yeah, you could be like a suave gentleman. Nah, I want to eat fucking ice cream. I want to have Carvel for fucking lunch every day.
Yeah. Dude. Can eat whatever I want, stay up as late as I want, play Call of Duty with the boys.
I'm gonna move right to that intersection.
I was basically a 13-year-old incel.
I'm gonna move to that Shore Road and what is it, Absecon? And go just live right across the street from that Dairy Queen. Eat their breakfast, lunch.
Yeah, right in Summers Point.
Yeah, right there.
In the gates. Fucking walk right down.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Get shot. Oh, dude. But before I even get into it, there's like just because you're on social media, what the fuck is the Justice for Irving thing? Have you seen?
No fucking idea.
There's like a whole bunch of signs that like people had hand drawn because I guess they like it just happened, but it's like Justice for Irving, I think.
Is that the 19-year-old that was missing and they just found his body?
Is
this a local thing?
Yeah, it's like a local thing. It was like in Atlantic City.
Yeah, it's the
you know where
it's the 19-year-old that they just found him. He apparently was at a titty bar or something like that.
Yeah, that was it. I was driving by Centerfolds. I was coming from Borgata, and Centerfolds, their parking lot was packed. His body
was found in a marshy area.
Yeah, it was right next there. It was like you're heading into the north end of Atlantic City from on Delilah Road, and then it like intersects with the White Horse Pike, I think.
Yeah.
The spot where we thought I was going to get a DUI.
Yes. Remember that fondly.
Oh my God.
I think I was having a worse panic attack than you.
I mean, you were trying to get me to jump out, which is fuck. Like, so there's this
like pull over and hop in my car. They'll never know.
There's a road that takes like, because you can go on the expressway or the Black Horse Pike or the White Horse Pike to get into Atlantic City, or one of the island routes, like any of those routes.
I'm an island boy.
Island boy. Yeah, you
I'll get 10 views just from
Jesus
that.
Christ.
Put it in the fucking tags.
It's going to get in the algorithm.
Island Boy.
If you're a fan of Island Boys and their musical stylings,
pretty dope.
Yeah, they are pretty cool. But
so we were Island Boys going AC.
Island Boys. We were coming from a rehearsal dinner for one of our friends' weddings, and me and you took separate cars to the rehearsal dinner. So like we like afterwards,
I had to go to hockey after, so I was that's why we drove separate.
That right? Okay, so yeah, you were still playing open hockey over at Skate Zone. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Ocean real quick. I'm gonna fucking play a little craps or whatever. We go to Ocean. on the way to Ocean, the most direct route coming from where we were coming from was to go up Shore Road and then make that right onto Delilah and head towards Atlantic City that way. And when we get to the point where it intersects with the White Horse Pike, which is like a 3-lane highway, the traffic was like down to what, like it was dead stopped and like one lane moving. And you're like, you got to the conclusion before I did. You're like, oh shit, this is probably a DUI checkpoint.
Yeah, it's like Friday night, fucking 8:30 p.m.
Like
they do them on both the roads that go into AC. So
no, it was like the perfect time for me to get it too. You're trying
and a car. Didn't a cop car go down the shoulder and it was like the DUI mobile or whatever?
Yeah,
it was like
not MAD. What's it? The Hero program.
Yeah,
that's what it was. The Hero program.
We're like, oh Jesus Christ,
Joe is getting tased.
You are gay.
You are dead. You are drunk.
Joe's like pouring the bottle of Fireball out the window like, oh fuck.
I wasn't drinking and driving on that particular instance on the way to Atlantic City, but I have done that before. You were there the one day I was emptying airport.
Video saved on my Snapchat. Me and Stu were both like, Jesus Christ, this is the fucking designated driver. You're pouring airplane shots into a monster can. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, those were the days. That was when Joe, like, I used to really be, like, I would go to Atlantic City with, like, $60, fucking buy a Monster and 2 airplane shots, and then walk to every casino in the dead of winter.
Drinking fucking whiskey waters at the craps table.
Yeah, like, drinking, like, whatever I could get doubles of at the craps table, and then just wandering around, and then, like, waking up the next day with the worst indigestion and hangover, and just being, and, like...
And anxiety.
And like, I might have made $5, because I was, like, such a low roll. Like, I mean, big money when you're...
I'm up, dog.
Dude, I left. I was $5 whole ahead.
Didn't even pay for parking.
Yeah, right. Dude. Yeah. That's like the one thing. Like, I don't even go to certain casinos anymore if I don't get free parking.
Yeah, fuck. I'm not paying you $20 to go lose $200. Suck my fucking dink.
That was the worst part of that comedy club last year was the, like, we had to park at the Claridge. Remember that one time you were like, I will just give you $10. And I was like, no, if I get 10 tier points, I do it. And you watch me just piss $80 into a fucking slot machine. What are you doing? You're like, dude, just get up. Just get up. Like, I'll give you the fucking money.
Well, I'll pay for the parking.
Yeah, that fucking...
or you just used to leave your car on the street by Tropicana. I'm like, oh, this is good. You had like a bicycle in the bed of your truck the one time. You're like, that's probably going to be gone when you're back.
That time that I left that was when we were at Ocean. I parked all the way north of Ocean and just like no man's land. It looks like the fucking... It looks like the Somme in World War I. Like,
just looks scary.
Scenes from the Western Front. Like,
just 18 vacant lots next to the casino.
Like one single row home that used to be 14 of them. And there's just one row home.
They were the ones who wouldn't sell off. They're like, fuck you. Yeah, fuck eminent domain. We ain't fucking leaving. They're
waiting to develop that whole parcel of land, but there's one holdout because it's like some 75-year-old boomer that's like sitting in a fucking wife beater like,
since fucking 32.
I want this house after Nam and I'm not fucking leaving. Like, it really
Everyone else took double the value. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. He's like probably getting offers for like 1.2 million because like, it's gonna take 1.2 million to build on that one block directly next to Ocean. They have some billboard out there that's like, if the thing gets approved, which I think they're just waiting on zoning or whatever, it's like a $1.2 million parcel, but it's only going to cost them like $1.2 million on top of that to build.
What are they going to build there?
I don't know. I think it was like it's slated to be like
multi-unit fucking residence.
I don't think it's going to be just strictly residential because it's so close to the boardwalk. I think they're going to try and put in some kind of
shops or something.
Because it's like that block that's right up against the boardwalk. Yeah. So they're probably going to put like storefronts and then high rise on the beach, and then everything back there like row homes or whatever the fuck they're going to do.
It's cool up down that end because you get the other view of like the inlet or whatever the fuck that's called. If you walk further down the boardwalk, it curves around to like the bay side.
Do you ever used to go to Brigantine? Like, have you ever been there?
Like maybe a couple times, but
they used to have a skate park over there that was pretty shitty. Pass and I talked about that. I didn't know Pass skates. Like he used to he used to shred. Yeah, he was showing me videos of him doing board slides over at Amanda's Field, like on a board in his work boots too, which is pretty
funny as
dope.
hell.
Yeah, it was
a
like,
total Pass move,
dude. He caught me completely off guard with that too. I was like, dude, you like skateboarding? And he's like, oh, dude, I used to love shredding. We were talking about CKY.
He's from like Northfield or Linwood or whatever. So
yeah, I mean, like they had a pretty big scene over there. Like I remember going to the one that was behind
Civic Center.
It was on that road.
Patmos Park.
Was that
the church?
Yeah, is that the big one, like all the way in the back with like the huge features? Bowl. Yeah, that was a gnarly fucking skate park.
I never went there, but I went to that church and like they had deserted Patmos Park and it was just like falling apart.
Yeah, it was like really cool when it was in its heyday, but they used to have BMXers that would come in and do like these fucking tail whips with pegs and shit and just ram it right into the fuck, because it's only just like fucking skate light on top of fucking like plywood.
I thought it was like concrete or something.
No, there's some of it that is, but it was like plaster. Like you could see the fucking holes if you like walk up there. Some of it is concrete, but then there's like other shit that's like plaster with skate light and shit. And I might have put like some sort of cement over it since that. But I just remember being there when I was like 8 years old, like with my first skateboard and like my knee pads and wrist guards on and shit, and being like, I'm gonna drop in. And like some kids like Snake and just fucking like on a BMX bike comes fucking
whacks you in the head.
Not even like whacks me in the head, just does like a tail whip and like breaks the fucking ramp I'm about to drop into. Like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, it was like I might have been like 10 maybe, but yeah, it was like when I first got my skateboard, it was a Pokemon skateboard with plastic trucks.
From fucking Kmart or whatever.
From KB Toys, yeah,
Word.
KB Toy and Hobby, yeah.
I went to the one behind the Civic Center when I was probably 7 years old or like kindergarten or first grade. I was real young. I could already rollerblade pretty well, like on flat ground. But then that's around the time when that movie Brink came out. I was like, dude, I'm going to fucking shred. And I'm in like my fucking Kmart rollerblades, like the ones with the brakes on the back that like had one row of laces and then like that weird strap thing up top where you fucking strap in like a snowboard binding. It's like, that clicking noise. They were fucking dope. But I had my mom take me to that skate park and I was so little I couldn't get enough speed to even get up the ramp to drop in. And that's all I wanted to do was try and drop in. I had to cruise around on the little ramps. Wasn't really doing any tricks. Like
I'm trying a little hop here and there.
Yeah, a little bunny hop action. But I wanted to drop in so bad. And like took like 2 or 3 hours. I finally guess I got enough speed and like grabbed the fucking rail and pulled myself up. And I go to drop in. I didn't even like make it to the bottom. My feet just went right up from under me, landed smack on my fucking ass, started crying my eyes out, never went to fucking skate park again.
Damn.
I like busted my fucking tailbone for sure.
Oh wait, you fell backwards?
Yeah, like I went to drop in and my feet went like I didn't like lean forward enough.
You went forward. Oh, okay.
No, I was just like dupe right on my fucking ass. And I was like, oh, fucking yeah.
Because that was how I broke my.
I never went back. I was always scared of fucking. Because I skateboarded a little, I could do like a kickflip or a pop shove it if I got lucky. But hey, go drop in. I'm good. I don't even want to hit an X Factor ramp, bro. Like I'm just trying to fuck around in my driveway.
I broke my wrist because I was at the Ocean City skate park, and that was it was also
like 24. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna go rip.
I just like broke up with my girlfriend, and I'm like, hey, I'm still youthful. I can do something cool. And there's like 30.
Still give me some pussy.
Yeah, there's like 30-year-olds at the skate park. Like some of the people that like built the skate park were there shredding, which was like kind of neat. But then I immediately broke my wrist in front of them, so I was like, your skate park sucks. Like,
and you had a date that night.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You showed up and you're like purple, and you're like, I'm fine.
No.
Your arms just dangling.
So, fuck, man, this is gonna make me sound like such a dunce, but it is funny. No, like I convinced myself it wasn't broken. That was really what
just
it was.
Just a real bad sprain. Yeah, your arms already just flopping around.
Well, it wasn't like flopping around. Like I had dexterity. What I could do is I could go like that. Like I was like, if I couldn't do that, that was like an alarm. Like that was like an alarm. But I could go like that. But then like as I was like driving there, it was getting progressively worse, and like my hand, like my extremities were turning like bright neon red, and I'm like, all right, this isn't good. And she like the girl that I was on the date with. This was our third date too. So like that's like where
this was first date.
No,
like,
this was like we went to Chicky and Pete's and watched the Flyers because she's a Flyers fan. Then I went with you know who to the Flyers game.
Yeah.
I could say his name, Tyler. I went with Tyler.
No names.
Yeah, I went to a Flyers game with Tyler, and she just happened to be there. And while I was walking around, I was texting her, and like we met up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you want to sit with us for a period?" And she couldn't, but like you know, we rendezvoused. But then this was like the third time we were meeting up. And I was like, yeah, like, you know, third date, probably going to try and plant one on her, you know, all this. And then, yeah, so she's like, her family was all firefighters. So she was like the firehouse mom or like whatever they call them, the chicks that cook for all the firefighters. They're part of the ladder or whatever, but they really don't go out on calls. They're just like there to cook and clean, basically.
They get paid?
No, it's like volunteer work. So like around here, I don't think there's paid fire departments except
women shouldn't be paid. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking you know, you belong in the kitchen.
Make me a sandwich.
Polish the fucking axes and then use them to cut me a fucking nice hoagie up. And you know that's about hoagie. So yeah, she's like familiar with like the fire department. So she takes one look at me and is like, "What the fuck is wrong? Like, go to the hospital now."
Yeah, like, are you all right?
And I'm like, "No,
I'll drive you there."
Took her to Mac and Manco's. Was like trying to hold her hand with my broken hand, and she was like, "Yeah."
She should have just been like,
yeah, oh, dude.
faggot.
I just remember like giving her a hug and it just being like, I don't think I'm gonna see you again. And like, you know, like just from the energy of the hug, I was like, yeah, this is it. But then I drove to the hospital.
Over. Billy Bear voice.
It's over.
She gave him the old right there, Fred.
I wish I knocked her out.
No, she gave you the old right there, Fred.
I mean, that's an appropriate response to just punch a girl because she doesn't like you.
Love me.
Why don't you like me?
Back in the good old days, you could do that.
Yeah, you could smack them around a little
When
bit.
men were men.
Bang, zoom, straight to the moon.
Oh, we're fucking idiots.
But yeah, like I went to the hospital. The doctor was like, "Why did it take you this long to fucking get here?" Oh, and the doctor wanted
Had
to
to
give
keep shredding, bro.
Yeah, the doctor. I told him I went on a date. He's like, "Oh, how'd it go?" I was like, "Terrible." And he's like, "No shit. Like, you want some Percocet?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah, dude. Let's crush one off together, brother.
I was like, "No, actually, I don't really like painkillers, so I'm just gonna smoke weed." And he's like, "That's actually a real like I'll allow
Fair
that."
enough.
He's like, "I'll allow that," or like something to
Yeah.
the effect of that. But he was like kind of like supportive, and I'm like, "All right, cool. Got a doctor on my side now." So there we go. All right.
Should've just got the perks.
Nah, fuck that.
Boofed him.
Yeah, boofed him. Shoved him.
Shoved him on my ass.
Just spit on the prescription
Two
bottle.
guys, one jar. And just
Shove
you
it up,
sitting on a Percocet bottle.
Yeah, just
Doing
upside-
cartwheels.
doing fucking tub girl Percocets and liquid diarrhea. Just oh my god,
A bunch of full Percocets come out, and then some fiend is like picking them out of the shit to eat them.
that would be a really good bum fight segment. Actually, it's like, do you like the Diet Coke and
Gonna eat the
Mentos?
fudgy fucking
Yeah,
perks.
do the Diet Coke and Mentos challenge up somebody's ass, and then just like wherever the Percocets lie, you have to get on your hands and knees and lick them.
Smoke them.
Yeah, just get tinfoil. You can't use your hands. Yeah. Yeah, Jesus Christ. This segment's
You ever
awesome.
heard of like pooping back and forth?
Oh, fuck yeah. Did I not?
pretty cool.
Wait, do you know what that's from?
No, someone told me in like 4th grade.
It's it's from a movie called You, Me, and Everyone We Know, and it's like a series of like short stories, and that's like one of the short stories. But like the rest of the movie's kind of that is like gut
For some reason, the tub girl and the bum fight thing was like, well, we could Diet Coke and Mentos someone, shoot the perks out, and then we could
Yeah, right into someone else's ass.
Yeah, dude.
And they could
I'm like pooping back and forth.
forever.
I actually have seen that clip on YouTube.
Oh, wait, I
Is
thought
this
that
some
was-
kid? You might have sent it.
I thought that was what we were talking about. Oh, yeah, okay. So that's it's like the two little black kids on the computer,
Yeah.
and they're in a chat room, and it's like the older kids like, yeah, it's probably just a guy because they're in like an erotic chat room, and like it's like it turns out to be that this kid ends up like meeting up with this lady in a park, and she's like just the conversation between the two of them is ridiculous. It's like I've been thinking about it, the poop.
Oh shit! Link in description for that video.
That reminds me of being
Just
in a no really I'll put a link in the description because that is the funniest fucking thing, and it's like a perfect example why you shouldn't go on the internet if you're not prepared for the internet, because that's like exactly what it was like from like 2005 or 2006 I think, that movie, and it was like, wow, like that's startlingly accurate.
I listened to Two Bears One Cave today, and it was, instead of Bert, it was Ari and
Oh,
Tom.
really?
Tom showed him fucking two guys, one jar, or one guy, one jar, or whatever, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then he showed him some other thing where it was like HD security footage of like a multi-machine gun drive-by shooting
Yeah, it's right in front.
Mexico.
It's in front of a storefront, and the guy's like laying there, and then the other guys like they
Give me
start
your
firing.
gun,
They
start
start
shooting
firing
back.
back. Yeah, and then the other guy, the car pulls around, and then they get out and fucking just dust everybody. And the one dude's like clinging
I
to
didn't
life.
see the video, but they were
yeah.
just. I listened to the audio like while I was driving, but
Yeah, it's
Ari
a pretty-
it was just
it's
like,
a pretty
what the
dark
fuck?
one.
Tom Segura is the best with just pulling up fucked up clips and just like
Oh yeah, just and he's so calm about it too.
he's
like,
just laughing his ass off. Like,
did you ever watch Tosh.0?
oh yeah, what the
So,
fuck?
did you ever see he had like, he only did it once. It was like a bit that they were doing where it's like him and the black security guard watch a clip, but you don't see what the clip is. You just hear the audio and then see how they react. And the fucking black security guard's like, and Tosh is just like, ah, and
he's
starts
just
like
loving
loving it. And somebody like recognized the audio and was like, is that interrogation room suicide? And he was like, maybe. And it's like, it absolutely was.
Oh, dude,
shit,
the one
you
where
didn't frisk him?
nobody fucking frisked him.
Yeah.
Dude,
I guess I have the same effect. Like,
I pulled that up and then I clicked the exact point like right before he shoots himself, and I watched it like 200 times in a row, and I was just like, oh, like I was drinking beers, just like kind of like laughing, like, oh my god.
yeah, man. Well,
and then you start thinking about like, like what if I blew my fucking head off? Would that hurt?
There was this kid that I was in college with. His name's Tom. I won't say his last name. But it was this kid Tom. And he really wanted to be a firefighter. And he's like a nice enough kid. He was just slow. You know those kids that are like they want to from the time. No, like I mean, like a legit like terrifyingly slow. Like with fucking stick a fork in a fucking outlet. Like just because he's an idiot. Like one of those types of. He wanted to be in the military real bad, but he could not pass the mental shit. So he thought next step was cop.
Firefighter.
No, next step was cop. Couldn't pass the fire or the cop exam or civil service or whatever the fuck it is. So it was like volunteer firefighter. Sure enough, that's it. And apparently all the people in his fire department hated him. So like it was like, you know, it made sense. But he was the kid that we're having a party one time in college. Like, and it's like a dorm party. It's low key. Like we're drinking, but we're hiding it because, you know, we're trying to be, you know, freshmen and not get caught and everything.
Get the fucking RA on our ass.
So somebody breaks out a laptop and I forget what we were watching on there, but we were watching like funny videos, like you know, like stuff that was on like not eBaum's World, like whatever was like Funny Junk. I think was like popular when I was in college. Yeah, so like Funny Junk. And Tom comes in, he sees like we're drinking, so he grabs a beer, makes himself like right at home. He gets in, he's like, "Oh, you guys want to see something really fucking funny? You guys want to see something fucking like this is really fucking funny?" And he shows. Like a party of like 15 people, one guy versus one glass or whatever the fuck it is.
Shoves the fucking mayo glass jar of his ass and explodes.
Yeah, like
they showed that on the show today, and like they didn't mention the fact that the dude died.
Yeah, the dude fucking hemorrhaged out of his
like
booty hole.
at it, and they're like, he probably does this all the time. And in my head, I'm like, well, he died. So
no, he didn't even die from that. It was really caused by a prior. I forget what exactly he shoved up there, but he shoved something else that was like glass, and it shattered in his ass. And you have like a whole bunch like your ass
scar
skin
tissue or something.
Well, your ass skin is real thin to begin with. It's like the same skin that like you have like inside your mouth. It's like real malleable and like stretchable. I think is what I'm trying to say. Not malleable, but yeah. Like so, if it gets like lacerated, it's like having like. When you have a cut in your mouth, like all you're doing is like just touching it exacerbates it. So you got
shoving broken glass all over it with poop isn't good.
Well, yeah, like shitting on top of that just opens shit up. But like there was like a couple of videos where the guy would like go to his bathtub after he was done. It was like just filled with blood like an inch. Like 'cause his ass was just hemorrhaging. He just bled out from the ass. Dude,
R.I.P.
So
R.I.P.
nasty.
The real guy's a legend.
You know who's still fucking alive somehow is Shoe Nice.
How did it go? Yeah, he's a fucking savage.
Mark got shouted out by Shoe Nice.
Mark got shot by Shoe Nice.
Yeah, Mark got shot by Shoe Nice. Shoe Nice is doing
Shoe Nice. Stop trying to suck my dink.
Drinking a 750 of fucking Jägermeister with a loaded handgun
The booze ones aren't even the ones that bother me. Like they do, but it's the ones where he's just like, I'm going to eat 17 Elmer's glues.
Eating glue sticks like they're string cheese.
Not even string cheese. He's eating like rolls of toilet paper. It's like eating, he's like, I'm gonna eat a box of Staples.
Eating glue sticks like they're string cheese is what I said. Yeah,
but you said eating glue sticks and string cheese. I'm like, string cheese isn't that weird, bro? No, and Shoe Nice just eats a piece of cheese. We're like, what the fuck is the point of that video?
It's way too down to earth. Yeah, apparently he was on a live stream.
Shoe Nice eats an apple.
Yeah, he was on a live stream and Mark was like one of 3 people watching when it started. So he was like, yo, shout out Mook Dubs, and he like wrote it on a piece of paper and held it up. And I got Mark back because Mark's like DJ moniker was Mook Dubs for a while.
That's racist.
So Mook Dubs was like, there was this guy on 4chan B one time, which is the random board, who had shit.
This guy farts.
Guy flatulates. But yeah, this guy on B had without water in it either. He had taken a shit in his bathtub at like this long, really solid piece of poop. So I was like the second in the thread. And I was like, "Yo, right, Mook Dubs and poop," and he did. And I took a screenshot of it, and then I saved it like for later.
Was he wearing gloves when he did this?
I have no fucking idea. It's 4chan. Probably he was probably like sucking on it before to make it look more, you know, neat.
Was it okay? Did he form the word Mook Dubs like a clay sculpture, or did he just like smear it like markers?
No, he arranged his logs. Like there was enough poop to make Mook Dubs out of.
That's a lot of poop.
It was a lot of poop in the tub. It was like a small anaconda in there. That's why I asked him. And he's
How
like,
big was it? Like little pieces?
I'll show you the goddamn. We can pause this right now.
No, you just edit it in. Drop it in there.
Sure. Yeah, it was girthy. It was like a healthy poop. It was enough where I was like, I saw it.
It's just, to me, Mook Dubs, that's like 7-8 letters.
It might have just been Mook, but I asked him for Mook Dubs, and I know he just wrote M-O-O.
That's a lot of poop.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot for Mook. Mook is a lot. The O's are big letters. Like,
someone out there, I know we have a ton of fans. Someone write Blacktooth and poop in their bathtub. We'll fucking send you $100 on PayPal. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, we'll shout you out. Once we get a Patreon, we'll kick you back.
We'll shout you out every episode, beginning of every episode. It'll be our new logo.
For sure. We'll get that printed. That'll be the first merch we get, is those
sticker.
printed on t-shirts.
We'll just sticker slap them everywhere.
Yeah.
Blacktooth Podcast. We need it full. When I was working today, I was like, what if I was just like, you know how some dude in like the hood was putting his mixtape in like McDonald's bags when he was doling them out? Like, he got caught doing that and got fired. It's like a meme.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if I just got Blacktooth stickers and just put them on every fucking bag?
You can. There's nothing wrong
Definitely
with that.
could not. Like, if someone...
All they hear is like, yeah, I fucking wanted to huck this bitch's food at her fucking house.
No, it's just... I don't know. Like, I guess there's plausible deniability where, like, someone at the restaurant did it, but... if it happens on all of my deliveries and then like 2 people complain, they're going to be like, what the fuck? I don't know if I could get deactivated for that, but I was just like, it's probably frowned upon to be like tampering with fucking people's food. Like, it's a sticker. It wouldn't hurt anything, but
there's
some old lady, she's like, what the fuck is Blacktooth Podcast?
Well, that was like, I thought it'd be funny to put the QR codes up, but like I think we should just make like the logo with the QR code as either like the back of this, like the sticker backing, or like
no one's just gonna scan a random QR code.
Yeah,
and like, what the fuck is this?
So like, I fucking I don't know why I just thought about this, but did I show you that picture from Ukraine yesterday?
I don't think so. You might have on Messenger, but I don't know.
I went on heat maps just because, like, when there's like a conflict about to pop off, like, remember, like, over the summer I talked about going on heat maps on Snapchat.
Like, Woodbine heat maps.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's like
going on at the fucking Belle Plaine State Forest.
Well, there was like a bunch of them for Afghanistan. That was like how I found out you could do that. Watch people's stories like at the source, and then you don't have to like go through the media like to find it. Just be like,
getting,
oh,
like raw fucking uncut content right there.
Yeah, so I was going through Ukraine yesterday, and there was like nothing really of importance going on in like the 2 major areas, but like also the Crimea region is like completely blacked out right now for obvious reasons. So like I'm assuming that like state media is the only thing allowed in or out of it. So I couldn't find anything on Crimea, but I was like, I'm gonna check a bunch.
What's Crimea? I'm very ignorant.
All right, so the Ukraine is its own country, but there's a lake in the middle of it, and there, I think either a lake or the Mediterranean Sea, I can't remember which, on the southern. But then there's like this little appendage part that connects it. That's like the southeastern part, and that's like kind of the land bridge to the Middle East from Europe. Like if you're going in that direction, like into the so it's like. It's just kind of like a hotly contested area for trade routes. There's ports there. It's like it's like if you were gonna try and dominate like the western part of Russia or the eastern part of Europe, like for trade, that's like the spot. Like that's like the Panama Canal, for example, or like Suez Canal, something like that. So it's just like a highly contested area.
You're saying Crimea?
Crimea. Crimea.
I spelled Crimea. I've heard that. I'm like Crimea. I'm like creme de la creme. Like,
yeah, creme de la creme.
Mr. Hawks used to say that.
But the it's just a region. It's like highly contested, and it's like because there's like so much like mutual interest from like all different areas. Like, and it's Ukraine's a NATO country too. So like if Russia attacks Ukraine, the U.S. and all the other NATO countries have to back them up, and it's like it's a volatile situation ultimately.
Yeah, World War III is coming.
Yeah, basically.
Me and Irfan were talking about it the other day, and he was like,
they're about to mobilize Marines over and send them over to Ukraine. They're probably already in Germany right now. Like, I mean, it's not a far-fetched thing to think like that they potentially could send U.S. troops to go fight Russia, which is fucking insane.
He was like, people are for it.
I'm not for it. Fuck that. No, I don't want to fight.
No, he doesn't want it, but he was
okay.
People like there's a lot of people out there that are like, fuck, let's kick their ass, like the fucking dumb.
I don't really like the idea that like
he's like the NATO pussies are there too. Stand off with the Russians.
They're not NATO pussies. They're a fucking. They're trying to be the world police, which is a fucking asinine thing to try and do. But it's like you need some kind of unifying thing to create an axis and an allied for He
was like, let Ukraine fight their own battles. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, fuck. What the fuck do you think they're going to do? Russia's a fucking global superpower, and Ukraine is like a tiny-ass country with no money. Like, what do you?
I shouldn't be like airing someone else's political fucking opinions.
I mean, that's,
who gives a shit?
No, I mean that's fine. No, like Dilby, you raise a good point. Like they should.
Well, he also has a different point of view. It was a message I skipped. It's like NATO said they protect my hometown too, and we were bombed and cut off from electricity, water, and the rest of the world within a week. Because he's from Croatia.
Yeah,
so
like that. No, that's understandable. Like, but like, I mean, he's got to understand like the surmounting like odds. Like Croatia, if this was Russia trying to like, remember when Russia tried to invade Georgia a couple of years ago?
Fucking
They do
Atlanta.
it. Yeah. They do it like every like 5 years at this point, and it's because that Georgia's not like NATO, or they might be NATO back, but they don't like have the same support. Like I understand that clarifies what he means. He thinks that NATO doesn't act. I just was like, who else are gonna fight him? Like Ukraine can't do that on their own, but that makes sense. Like, yeah, they're acting as a global interest, which is fucking stupid. It's an asinine concept to begin with. But like when push comes to shove, like until the U.S. declares war on Russia, NATO's kind of the best you got, and it's like those are U.S. backed at least. So like we're sending them Apache missiles with different fucking paint on them. What can you do? Sorry, Dolby. R.I.P. your hometown in Croatia. Like, cause
that's still there.
Oh,
they're still kicking.
Oh, all right, right on. Man.
He's from like I forget which, Dubrovnik. It's like apparently it's like a coastal fucking beautiful resort type place.
Yeah, that sounds about right. There's a lot of coastal. There's this one.
Croatia's apparently sick.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking really cool places in fucking Russia too that are like coastal resort towns on like the Black Sea, and like they're.
When you picture Russia, you just picture like 8 feet of snow in Moscow with the onion domes or whatever the fuck. Like,
yeah.
You don't. Yeah, you don't.
You mean the Kremlin? Is that what you're talking about? The onion domes?
Yeah, that shit. They look like a fucking onion, dude.
They do look like an onion. But
never heard them referred to as onion domes. It was
never.
It was in like Tony Hawk's Underground or whatever. And
was that when Bam was there?
Yeah, dude, fucking onions, brother.
I want to start shooting
My
that fucking
farts
tank.
Smell like onions, dude, and I suck Phil's dink.
I want to fucking hop on that tank and fucking take out one of them onion domes. Yeah. I remember that level. I do. Yeah.
That was a great fucking game.
That was
the New Jersey level at the end.
Yeah, you just driving around.
You just grind around like a monorail around like Newark or something.
Oh, I thought you meant no. That's Tony Hawk's Underground. That's Tony Hawk's Underground. Fucking one, I think.
Yeah, that's the original.
Yeah, it's like New Jersey's.
So the Russia
just
level wasn't in that one. It was.
I think that was the second one.
Okay.
Because Bam, I don't think was in the first one. I know he was in. He might have been. No, I'm getting this all fucked up.
Then there was that one. It was like Tony Hawk's Skate 8 or something like that.
Yeah, that was terrible.
No, that one was sick.
That was terrible.
I loved that one.
I played.
That came out when I was like a freshman in high school, and like it was, I don't know, like the story mode wasn't great, but like the free skate and the graphics and shit were dope. I never played Skate. Apparently that one's sick. Like the real.
Yeah, Skate's pretty good. Tony Hawk was the fucking victim of what they do with like fucking Battlefield and shit, where they have two different development companies trade off every one.
So it's like Activision and then Underground or whatever the other one is.
Graphics on I think it was Neversoft was I think it was Neversoft, and then THQ was I think the one
Fuck
that
THC.
Yeah, I think THQ was the one that did it for N64, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it was never. It was Neversoft, and then something that
Call of Duty has that same thing where they
trade off development.
Makes no fucking sense. Why would you?
It's apparently to make it more competitive, but all it gives you is two different fucking products, and it's really fucking retarded to call them the same fucking thing. Like if you ask me, just like because Battlefield this time around,
this is the Call of Duty fucking blank line, and this is the fucking
I think that like when you get one game has shitty graphics but the gameplay's better, one game has better graphics but the gameplay's shittier. That's really how it fucking evens out every fucking time. Like Tony Hawk 2
all comes down to wash.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Tony Hawk 2, the gameplay, the fucking they implemented the manual but like didn't explain how to use it. So unless you were like playing D-pad on Tony Hawk, like they didn't explain that that's how you do the manual. Like up down or down up. Like, you know, it just is like
they definitely had that in the book that came with
it was game. In the book. It wasn't on the tutorial on the game though. And like nobody who fucking reads the book.
I used to look for moves like there was dial-up internet shit way back in the day, but I used to be like fucking me and Johnny would pull out the book and be like, oh dude, if you press circle twice, fucking guy whips out his dank. Fucking secret attack move.
Bowser whips his cock out and fucks Peach.
You're trying to beat
ass.
the homies at a game. You gotta pull out the book and see what you're fucking missing, because the tutorial never explains all of it usually. Like
I used to the only game I would do that was there's this kid Brandon that I used to play Mortal Kombat with, and I would have he was just so nuanced with it, dude. He like knew what all the moves were, but like I didn't even realize you could use like finishing moves and shit. So I'd just be like punching them while they're all knocked out and nothing would happen. And he's like, "You're not even fucking playing this right." And then eventually I was like, "Fine, give me it." And I fucking looked and I was like, "Oh, all right." There's like combinations.
It helps big time.
Big time. Fighting games like button mashers,
or even like NHL when like circle was shoot, square was pass. Like when all the buttons did different things. Like it was fucking.
Do you do the joysticks now? Like is
Yeah.
the free feel or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it was called? Like it's so much easier.
It's tremendous.
It's like
The old way, there was no way to deke. It would just be like press circle twice and fucking.
you would do like a shimmy and it
Yeah.
would still get you laid out like in the puck would.
This
or the
one
puck,
you could fucking like toe drag and fucking.
the fucking lacrosse
Yeah,
move.
dude, it's sick. I haven't played Chell in a while. I didn't even get the new one. I think the last 2 years. I think I still have Chell 20. Because last year I'd still play sometimes. I'm like, I'm not spending $65 for the same game again. And like now I never play. So
I got the MLB The Show 2020. I didn't even get 2021.
yeah, fuck it.
I was like, dude, there's like
Probably
20.
like $32 used or whatever.
There's like 31 on the PlayStation Network. It wasn't like it was brand new. You just download everything now. So like I just got it and it was like, oh yeah, I remember when this guy was on the Phillies. Like
that shit had to decimate fucking EB Games and GameStop when you're like, it's so much more convenient just to download the fucking title right onto your console.
yeah, it's way easier.
Like,
and you don't have to talk to a fucking autistic guy I went to high school with.
Like you would get the disc and you would have to download it, and it's like, what the before back in the day, you just throw the fucking NASCAR Thunder 2003 in the PlayStation 2 and it fires right up. Like now I gotta go to EB, buy the disc, fucking come home, and then let it download for 6 hours. Like,
well,
what the fuck is that?
That's just it. It like still has to download. It's not on the disc. All you're doing is just buying a physical copy of like
so there's
useless
like
garbage.
no benefit to fucking to going there and buying it. And then if you're a lazy fat fuck like me, like when you want to change games, you got to get up and change the disc. Like, no, I just fucking go right in my fucking games. Boom.
Chell.
How we doing?
There we are. All I was saying is, I was like, yeah, and you don't have to go to EB Games or fucking GameStop and have a discussion with a fat autistic guy. Instead, I just look in the mirror and he gets it downloaded right on there. Yeah, there you go.
Getting the right sound effects.
But that no, like that fucking you're right. Like it decimated that. It also decimated fucking like I used to really fucking enjoy the toy store. I don't know why.
Toys R Us ruled, and KB Toys was fucking sick in the Shore Mall, dude.
Dude, I was like so psyched that like I was I just bought they're called Cody's, but they're like Legos. But they Legos for whatever reason they don't make anything with violence because they don't want to they want to set a good example for people, even though they make like Lego sets that are like $1,300 and like clearly aimed towards adults, but they're like still like, oh, we're not gonna release like we're not gonna make tanks, we're not gonna make like SWAT team or whatever because like that sets a.
Is this what you bought recently?
Yeah, I bought
a
it.
bunch
Yes,
of fucking Lego tanks, dude.
I just bought one. It was a $60 Lego tank, but it's by a company called Cody. They operate out of Eastern Europe, from what I understand, so they're a little bit less basically
sensitive.
Yeah, basically if you go on Amazon and look up their stuff, everything is extremely accurate to the way they see it portrayed on the television in the United States, because it's marketed towards like Westerners, but it's clearly made in like Asia and probably marketed via like the Middle East or something. Because like I don't know what the fuck, I don't know how these get made, but like there's like literally like an entire SS battalion fucking Lego kit that they make where it's just like Nazi regalia and shit like all included with it. Like all the,
it's pretty cool.
All the little stickers are little swastikas and stuff and
always
shit.
Comes back to this, folks.
But like I'm just more like, you know, they're like the opposite of Lego. Like they're Lego's antithesis, where they're like, oh, people want to like build a Lego tank, so we're gonna give it to them. Like people want to like build a fucking like
World War II scene. You gotta
like
have the fucking Worm Act over there.
Yeah, they like want to like build like a zero fucking like a zero plane, the fucking Japanese fucking kamikaze planes or whatever they're called, Zeros. Lego like wants to not like they'd rather like be politically correct with their fucking Legos, like they're clearly marketing towards like adult men children, like instead of just being like, yeah, you want to build a fucking aircraft carrier, let's fucking give you an aircraft carrier. They don't like have that shit anymore, but like they have all the fucking Star Wars shit that like a little kid doesn't have like $600 to spend on like a scale model of the fucking Millennium Falcon. That's like not like,
rich kids do.
Well, rich kids do, but like it's like clearly like stuff that's not marketed towards kids. Like I don't think like a kid's gonna look at that and be like I mean some might, like my little cousin might, but my little cousin's like that's like his thing. Like he really likes Legos and like all that like creative stuff. But like I don't see like it being like, oh, this is like a 32,000 piece thing that's going to take you probably 60 hours to complete. Like some little kids just
I just wanted the big blocks. And I wanted to make a pretend fucking garage for my NASCAR fucking toy cars.
I was going to say, like, or just get me like a big plastic Millennium Falcon. That's like all they really want. Like it's like clearly like it's like marketed towards like a certain demographic of people. Like, I mean, some of them are still marketed.
I had those big tubs that like you can make like a pirate ship with. They were like fucking the big Legos though. Like the blocks were like, 4 inches by 1 inch or whatever.
There's like a thing about like if if you had one of these as a kid, your childhood was the best. The pirate ship and castle.
I think that was it.
This thing, yeah, like the one in the middle.
I didn't have that.
There was that and a fucking pirate ship, and it's like there's like this thing online right now where it was like if you like they're going for like $300 online. Like you got to clean it up, obviously, but like my cat used to sleep in mine, so I don't foresee that going for much resale. But yeah, like if you had one of those, they're like if you had one of these, like there was like a pirate ship to go with it too. It was like a set. They had like little fucking guys on it and shit, and they all had like axes and fucking swords, and you could like take the armor off the knights, and like you could put the hats on the pirates and shit. I don't know, it was fucking dope.
I can't find the one I had as a kid. It was like a big clear like cylinder, and it had all the fucking, it was just different colored like big blocks, and you could make like a fucking pirate ship or something, and like something else like a castle with that set, and there was instructions how to do it, but I would just fucking make like penises. It's my world.
It's my creation.
I can't find it. It sucks because I can picture it in my head, but I can't fucking find it. And now I want to find it because I want to buy it
and fucking play with it.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that's why I'm psyched. I got this fucking tank. I'm like, I get to fucking build Legos again. Like, I'm gonna have this fucking tank. We're gonna be fucking rolling around on this shit when we record next time.
Bring my tech deck, dude. I'm gonna shred.
Oh, dude, were you a tech deck kid?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
I could never get it.
I wasn't good, but like, you would just kind of be like. Like, I couldn't do an actual ollie, but if you kind of popped it back on your hand, then you could kind of like...
Yeah.
Like dude, like, sick air.
Or you're just like, fucking
it.
method grab and like fucking just like pop it with like that was my move every time. Cause like I suck at skateboarding. I just like it, but like I fucking
same
still...
Here. Like it's really cool, but I'm not good at it at all.
It's just nice. It's like, I enjoy myself.
I can fly down the street and like not fall, but
hey, look
I'm
at me
not
go.
fucking dropping it on a half pipe. Like
yeah. That like fucking no, the tech deck fad though, they got like one of those like skate park things that was like made out of like plastic. You know there was like some that were like nice, but then there was like some that were like real cheap. I just remember going to Keys and being like oh cool, I got a tech deck, they got these like cool fucking things, and like some kid was just like infinitely fucking better at tech decking than me and talked me out of it and like basically was like, yeah, like dude, you suck. Like I mean, you're never
punched him right in the fucking
you're never gonna be able to get this, and you just talked me out of it. I never went back to tech deck.
That's why I have self-esteem issues.
I mean, I did back then. It was this kid Roy who got arrested. He was like fucking like 11 years old and got arrested one time.
Shout out to Roy.
He was
fucks.
He was like one of those kids that like developed way too early. He was like 11 years old and had a 6-pack and was like clearly. Just
pumping testosterone,
fucking aggressive as fuck, and like would like punch teachers. Like he punched one of these. There's this guy.
What did he get bagged for? First of all,
well, I was in this program called Keys. I don't know if you remember it, but it was
like aftercare. Or whatever. Before school and after when your parents got to work or whatever, you go there and they babysit you.
Yeah, they babysit you for like 2.5 hours after school. You do your homework, you see your friends, whatever. So Keys was like 5 days a week. I go to aftercare. Or maybe if I had CCD or whatever, but like I'd go there for the most part. And there was this kid that was like he would only show up like 2 or 3 days a week, but like him and then these two other kids and then this one kid that had like mental disabilities. They were all like kind of under the supervision of like this one, like she wasn't a foster mom, but like she was like taking care of like a bunch of kids at one time and like knew their parents. Like I knew they had parents and the parents would come pick them up sometimes, but there was like somehow like a third party involved. So like the home life wasn't exactly like stable for this kid. And I knew and identified that even at a young age. It's like, all right, like he's pretty fucked up and like dangerous. But like I remember he was like the kid that like he was the first time like a kid brought a knife to school. He was like that kid, and I mean it wasn't like a big knife or anything, but it was like a Swiss Army, like one of those little red guys you get at a gas station.
Yeah,
he like brought one of those and was apparently like he had it out and it was like, yo, you know what this could do to you? This could fucking kill you. And I remember him like saying that to some young kid, and the little kid was like crying and shit. And he was like, no, it's like just a can opener. Like, see, it's like it doesn't have a knife or anything. And they found the blade like instantly, and they were like, all right, you're banned for a week. And like comes back like a week later, and he's like he has like a black eye for some reason. Like, I mean, it was just like escalating
wearing
shit.
Sunglasses in class.
Well, he just like came from a broken home. Like he had fucked up shit going on. I don't know if he's getting like beat up at like a foster care or something, but like, you know, there's something wrong with like what was going on with him. But yeah, like he came in like week after week, and there's just like something escalatingly more wrong with him. Like the knife was like pretty much the first thing, but then like
shows up with an Uzi.
He beat up like one, I forget who, but he beat up one of my friends while we were playing football. Like legit, like tried to curb stomp him, like threw him in the dirt and then pushed him into the ground the whole bunch. And I just remember like it's etched into my mind this like just dust cloud in like that field behind the middle school or the elementary school.
Recess was lit back there.
Yeah, dude. Like so, like the sun was setting, like this huge dust cloud. I just remember Roy just like throwing some kid's like he was like, throwing his head into the ground on top of him, and then got up like he was gonna curb stomp him. And then this teacher came in and truck sticked him, and like, you know, like just took him off his feet. He was like, like I said, he was like 11 still, but like, you know, just developed, I guess. But yeah, he the straw that broke the camel's back was he threw a swing at one of the teachers in front. Like came in
male or female?
Male. It was Mr. McHale.
Just swinging at fucking
do you remember
Miss Demers or something?
No, do you remember Mr. McHale?
No.
He was like I always thought of him as like a really tall guy, and then I met him as an adult and he's shorter than me. I was like, so I was gonna say like,
because you were really short back then.
Yeah, I was really, really tiny back then.
Yeah.
Stopped growing in 5th grade. What up?
How you doing?
But well, no, like I'm trying to go back onto the other subject about the guy that fucking that left fucking keys, just because that's what I know.
Yeah, was Roy a sick fucking tech decker or what?
No, so Roy. Well, that was like another thing too.
Could he shred or?
Well, yeah, he was a fucking really good tech decker. He was a really good. I mean, he's probably tech deck in fucking prison somewhere. Like,
what's his?
I have no idea.
You don't even remember?
No, I don't remember. I remember that he was in 5th grade when I was in 3rd grade, but he didn't go to our high school or our middle school because I would have seen
compact.
Yeah, he probably went to fucking jail. Like he got taken out of fucking daycare in handcuffs like that. I mean, like not daycare, but like it's like aftercare. He was 11 years old and he's like fucking telling people he's gonna kill him and like stuff like that. But yeah, the straw that broke the camel's back was it was like after. He threw a swing at Mr. McHale, and I forget what it was. It was like he was steamed up about something, walked in to the cafeteria where Keys was held, and he was already pissed. And Mr. McHale had him like behind the arm and was like escorting him in, and he just goes pop and fucking pops him in the like he's short, so he like hit him in the throat, but was going for his face, and just ran out the door. Then runs out the door, and the teachers don't know what to do, so they just kind of are like, all right, we're all gonna go outside, I guess. And I think they were like trying to like not leave us unsupervised, but go like make sure that he was like taken care of. And it turned out like Roy just like ran to Wawa from the fucking primary school. It's just like, it's not far, it's like a half mile maybe, but like
he fucking bolted.
He just bolted and ran to Wawa and then like shoplifted a bunch of stuff and then ran back, like got caught by Mr. McHale somewhere. I think he like picked him up in his car or something like that, and then came back and he like had like all this crap with him, and like the cops got called for the shoplifting, so he got arrested.
Not for assault
or anything, but yeah, it was awkward because it was like literally like 3 cop cars showed up at the fucking primary school, and it's like there's like little second graders there, like, hey, cops here, how's it going? Like, yeah, it's like, are they gonna arrest all? You know, you're young, you're stupid. It's like, they're gonna arrest all of us.
My mom didn't even get arrested. She just got like pulled over without insurance and like
detained or whatever.
Not even detained. Like they let us fucking drive to my grandparents, but for some reason I thought my mom was like gonna go to jail or something.
Oh, Jesus.
Like she had to go to Deptford that day and like square off her paperwork or whatever, but like we got pulled over right by the school and we had to go to, like, they let my mom go and like let her drive me to my grandparents so she could go to the main DMV in Deptford.
Yeah.
And like I got to school and started like bawling in Miss Walden's second grade class. I was like, my mom is gonna go to jail. It was just like a fucking clerical error with her paperwork. Like,
you ever? I like when you like do that as a kid, where you like think back and you're like, I
was
literally
a fucking idiot.
I was like literally retarded. Like, 'cause there was this like one time we were at do you know where Fies used to be in Sea Isle? You know where
not a big Seattle dude. I don't know shit. I know where the fucking roller hockey rink is. That's it.
Okay, you go right over the bridge, and then there's the fish alley. It was like right there. It was like right there by the.
And what's Fies?
It was a Chinese food restaurant.
Okay.
It's the same thing that's offshore.
Faze or whatever?
Yeah, FAI.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Phi.
Our words are fucked up. Crimea, Crimea, fucking
Phi.
I always thought it was Phase.
No, it's Phi. That guy. Oh, very good. Yeah. So, yeah, Phi's used to be right there. My dad used to sell Phi like noodles, and I think he like helped him with mortgage shit or accounting or whatever. So like we used to go there all the time in the winter because it was like one of 3 places that was open. So you had like Chinese, continental, or fucking Italian at Bracca's. So we went to Phi's one night, and there was like a fucking somebody's like combination lock that was like on the edge of the fucking like. There's like a dock, and like you just like look over the dock, and it's like a boat ramp and everything. There's like like a good like 4 feet of water right there. There's just like over like somebody had like clearly like taken a combination lock off something on the restaurant and like just left it there and was intending to put it back. And for no reason whatsoever, I just walked over and kicked it in the water. And my dad goes, "What the hell? Like, what was that for?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just want to do it." He's like, "Dude, you could get in trouble for doing that." And in my head, I'm like, oh, they're gonna call the cops on me. Like, it's like a $2 combination lock. But it was like, oh, they're gonna call the cops on me. So like I came home and like I went up to bed and like changed into my pajamas and didn't like my parents just found me crying and they're like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I kicked the lock in the thing, so you're gonna take me to jail? Do you become a criminal?" And they're like, "What? Where are you getting this from?" And like my mom didn't even know what happened. And it was like, "What lock? What are you fucking talking about?" Like shaking me, like, "Calm down."
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, like for real. Like they're like, "All right."
Me and my older cousins took my 2 younger cousins. They're probably 2 or 3. My aunt used to live in Ventnor, and we walked down to the Wawa with the young kids in the strollers, and then like we walked with them, whatever. And somehow like we got like snacks or whatever, and my one like 3-year-old cousin Justin fucking reached out and like grabbed like some peanut chews or something, like the 25-cent candies on the like right where the register is, and we didn't notice until we got home. And then, like, my aunt made us go back and, like, give it back to him. And I remember being, like, terrified. Like, they're going to fucking call the cops, dude. Like,
they probably gave no fucks.
No, they were like,
"Oh, okay, thank you.
Thanks for the 2 peanut chews back that your fucking toddler stole." Yeah. I don't fucking care. I was, like, really upset and stressed because it was, like, a half-mile walk. And I was, like, the whole walk down, I'm like, "Oh, this is fucking hot, bro. Fucking block is hot."
Do you ever remember being exposed to, like, shadier kids? Like when you're, like, still young and, like, kind of naive. And then, like, the first encounter
like middle school, someone's like, "I want to smoke weed." And you're like, "I'm fucking 11, dude." Like, I had no thoughts of weed, and like this kid set my banner on my flip phone as "Stoners for Life," and my mom saw it and was like, "You're not allowed to hang out with him anymore."
Whoa.
Like, yeah, and I was like, "It's a joke, Mom." I was like vetoing the Sopranos. "It's a joke. It's a joke.
Just
I'm not
get it."
sucking dinks.
I'm not that. We're not sucking pipes.
It's a joke.
I've heard that a lot of
customers fucking messaging me. "My address is wrong. The correct address is street, not 126. Like, what? They changed the fucking address in your settings, you dumb fuck.
Get your shit together, customers of DoorDash.
It's Instacart.
You're gonna get fucking Instacart. What I want you to do is
Instacart.
make sure that your cart goes to the right location here, so you don't jam up my friend Jake Seymour, right?
Nobody gets the feelings they're a cocksucker.
Exactly. But no, I just like that fucking blew my mind. I didn't realize that there were tunnels. I didn't like and it's weird that like. There's that McMartin school shit, which I find to be fucking disturbing on its own. The preschool where they had tunnels, and the one tunnel allegedly took people to a helipad, and the helipad took them down to Mexico or other places.
Mexico.
Which, by the way, sick fucking shirt.
Thanks,
Did you get that? Did you get that on camera?
It's Pablo fucking counting out some money. It's a DGK shirt. I got it at like Zoomies or something like that.
Fucking sick. I like that.
I got it a while ago. I haven't really worn it much. And then fucking...
I like the pile of rubber bands next to them too. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
I mean, that little precise attention to detail right there is really what separates the men from the boys. I like that. All right,
this fucking dumb lady. I was just like,
yeah.
Sorry.
I'm running out of steam anyway. Like,
no, I haven't worn this much because it's like, where the fuck do you wear this? And then I wore it to my dad's last night. My stepmom's like, "What's that on your shirt?" And I was like,
Narcos.
It's Pablo Escobar counting out $1 zillion. It's like, oh, that's cool.
I wanted to get a T-shirt made and send it to my cousin just because I think it would be like right up his alley. But do you know who Pinochet was? And we're back.
Sorry.
No, I know.
Messaging that bitch back. I missed the entire thing. I
You're
rewatched the podcast and I'm on my phone. I'm like, what a scumbag.
Yeah,
dude.
it really does kill the fucking momentum.
Douchebag. The lady fucking keeps messaging me. So.
Yeah, you're good.
So what?
Take us out.
No, I missed what. Repeat the fucking joke for me right now.
No, it's not. It wasn't a joke. It's just all right. So
what did Pinochet do?
We should cut right here so it looks like I got this right. All right. So Pinochet was this guy. There's a bunch of regime changes in Chile, and it was this guy. Pinochet was like U.S. backed, so it was like capitalist backed. But then the regime before him that they overthrew was communist backed. So like Pinochet gets down there, and there's like all these leftover communist sympathizers that he like didn't like and needed to get rid of. So he took a bunch of them up in a helicopter and flew above the Capitol and threw them out. So I want to get shirts made up that say Pinochet's helicopter tours.
You could get away with it too because most people wouldn't even understand the reference at all.
And it's great because it's fucking trashing commies too. Like I fucking hate like these college commies. They're like, one of my favorites.
Sickle is their profile picture,
dude. Like you ever see gay people that fucking wear not fucking Fidel Che Guevara? You ever see gay people wear Che Guevara shirts or black people wear Che Guevara?
Hated gay people and black people.
Hated gay people. Thought black people were less than farm animals. But
we here at the Blacktooth Podcast agree with Che Guevara.
But yeah, you like there's like all these like Hippocratic. Jesus Christ. No, we do not like Che Guevara.
We love him.
We're the biggest. If
we
they
both have Che Guevara shirts.
I was gonna say we should go and petition Cold Stone to make Che Guevara ice cream, so that way we could go down there and get the gotta have it, love it, whatever.
Che Guevara.
Boo. I don't know why I fucking came off there.
This lady now. 2nd Street.
Figure out your fucking address, you cunt. Go outside and stare at it until you figure it out.
Try some really nice old lady. Here's the $30 tip.
Jacob, you gotta get my Depends and they fit under my bloomers.
It's only 6 items. It probably is.
Oh, are you allowed to read their shit on the air? They're
I'm not reading her name. I'm just going to read her items.
Yeah, just read the products that she ordered.
I have to answer her again.
Gladys from 24th Street in Ocean City. I need 2 very plump cucumbers. And some Astroglide. And could you throw a paper towel roll of the finest?
She got Entenmann's, Little Debbie's, cake, Betty Crocker candles, potato chips, and tortilla scoops.
Fucking fat ass cunt. Like she's gonna not be able to fucking get out. No wonder she's door dashing. She's too wide to get out of the fucking house. All you're eating is fucking tasty cakes and Entenmann's all day. Oh, is that a snort? Holy shit! Ladies and gentlemen, that's a Blacktooth first. I've never made Jake laugh to the point of snorting.
All right, my grandpa's calling me. I gotta punch out.
All right, this has been fun. This has been real, but it hasn't been real fun.
Go fuck yourself, Joe Rogan.
Ladies and gentlemen, follow us on Patreon.
Hello.